We're live on Let Me Ask You This. Apparently, no one got back to me today to come on tonight. I don't know if anyone's having internet issues. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
Fashionably late.
Oh, maybe apparently. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my God. Let me tell you about my day. Ugh.
Well, tell me, because you're live, so.
I'm trying to find my mic to put the volume up here. Hold on a second. All right. Can you hear me better?
I can hear you fine, yeah.
All right. Well, all right. I couldn't hear you that well. Oh my God. So my niece is here from New York, which I allowed her to come because, you know, some of the things that I've sent you. But you know, I don't think it's like the biggest deal in the world. So I have a single, I just have a only child. So my niece came up for a day or two. It was supposed to rain. So I'm trying to get my bathrooms completed in my house. On Monday, the guys came to do the one bathroom, but they couldn't come back until I don't even know. And well, this morning I find out they're coming today. So I'm like, okay, it's going to rain. Let's go take a ride. So we ended up taking a 5-hour ride around Vermont.
Yeah.
And I come home, I find that the toilet was leaking.
Oh my God.
The new toilet. It was like in the back, like where they screw it. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm not an idiot, but I'm not like gonna like mess with plumbing, so I wasn't gonna put it in myself.
Right.
So I'm like, trying to tighten it, turn the water off. I'm like, I just won't use this for now. I mean, unbelievable.
Wait, did you have to call a plumber?
Well, the people that were doing it, should have checked these things. I come home, there's a little puddle on the floor, not a big deal, but then you got to worry about them trekking through your house and everything. I'm like vacuuming. I'm like, after a 5-hour ride, it's crazy. So then it stormed here. I was outside. I was like, I'm going to grill a steak because I put steak in, the fridge and marinated it and stuff. And I'm like, I'll grill a steak. I'll put this little grill together. I got it's like a nice little grill, but like enough just for like 1 or 2 people, not like a big one, but it's like a nice brand. I got it at Target. I got it on clearance. It was like $30, but it was probably like $100 regular. And I'm trying to put this thing together. And all of a sudden, we have a freaking tornado watch. Bring it all in the house.
We had it in Western Mass. My allergies are killing me right now. My kids have been outside playing with the neighborhood kids.
No.
So I have to, I was like freaking out, right? I'm like, oh, my kids are like playing with other kids. So I messaged a pediatrician who I happen to know.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you think about the whole thing? And he got back to me and he said, as long as the kids aren't showing signs of the virus, and you kind of know who the families are, he doesn't think that playing outside with other kids is that big of a deal.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Especially here where I am, there's what
does that mean though? So that means I have to worry?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some things like in New York, especially with these signs of Kawasaki's disease.
Yeah, I saw that
are presenting with the children. And it does make me nervous too. It definitely did when I brought my niece here from New York, upstate, obviously. But I'm like, if they're healthy and their families are healthy and stuff I don't know. I mean, we can't live in a bubble our whole life either. But I'm obviously don't want to put my child, my niece, myself, at risk. But I thought it was okay. And they're playing outside, riding bikes. They need to be kids.
Yeah. No, I guess it's tough. Yeah, no, you're right. They do need to be kids. I go back and forth. What what can you do? I messaged a couple of doctors to see if they would come on my show, but I haven't heard back from anybody yet.
No, they wouldn't do it, huh?
Like Dr. Fauci to come on.
Did you message him? I was going to tell you should.
No, he's not going to come on he's not going to come on this show.
Listen, if he's on, you better bring my ass on.
Oh, please.
you,
So
you,
you know what I did today? I
you
I
don't want
bought
to.
I bought something off of Facebook Marketplace. So I went to meet the person. It was the weirdest transaction I've ever made before because I like meet him in a parking lot. So I'm like sitting in my car. He's like parked like 4 spots away. So I'm like, message me your Venmo, you know? So I like Venmo him while he's in his car, I'm in my car. And then I pop my trunk and go, can you put it in the trunk of my car? It's like how people are doing transactions today.
Wait, were you selling it?
No, I bought it.
Oh, okay. What'd you buy?
I bought some baseball cards because I'm bored.
It's actually funny because I have a little bit more time on my hands these days.
Yeah.
I have like a whole room that's kind of like the basement. And I'm like, we need to like hoe through this. And I would like put stuff on that marketplace and like people, I was actually surprised. Like I didn't think like as many people as did would be like, yeah, I'll buy it. They would be a little bit more cautious, but they
Right.
were like, all on top of it. And I was like, okay, good. I want to get rid of it. But
I don't think people are gonna be I don't think people are gonna be cautious when it comes to like trying to make money. If they can make money, right? I mean,
I know.
who doesn't want to do that?
I just want to get rid of it. I mean, I have a few bags of stuff that I need to bring to. We have a place called the Helping Hand, and you just drop it off, and
Yep.
people can go there and like pick it up for free, or they can just pay like a donation of like what they think that they can like pay.
Oh, really?
So you could like literally go in there and get like a bag of like stuff and pay like $5 if that's all you could afford.
Well, that's what's going to be happening in like the next 6 months when they completely devalue the dollar and it's like $80,000 for a gallon of milk.
Oh, I never checked up on today because I was like busy traveling around Vermont. We went up to Middlebury, went over to Montpelier, and then back around. So we went to the what is it? The capital of is Montpelier. And so I said to Abigail, I said, "This is the capital." Like, I mean, hey, I mean, homeschooling, right?
Or people out? Or people out?
Well, some of it was highway, but I mean, some of it, we went up this really like tall mountain and it was like, we went like, I'm not kidding you. We saw snow up on the mountain still.
What?
Yeah.
Snow in May?
My niece was like, oh my God, there's snow. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. Like, I didn't even notice it. Cause I mean, when you live here, you kind of like, don't even pay attention. You're like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. And like, it's cause it's colder up here. But I mean, some of these turns were like, I mean, they were crazy. I had to go like, like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It was nice though. It was really nice to see like, different parts of Vermont. Like I've never driven there, but then we drove by Randolph. That's where I graduated for my RN. I didn't go there, but that's where we had our graduation. And I was like, oh, this is where I graduated. And so it was like a nice little trip.
Well, that's nice. Are you not watching the news anymore, or are you still watching the news?
Oh no, I watch it, but I meant to. I mean, I got home. I have 2 kids. They wanted to go in the pool. Oh my God, it's hot here.
I thought about turning my AC on today. I'm like, should I put my AC on in my house, or should I just put, but
do you have central air?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. So I have to put my AC in, and I had my AC in last year. I kept it over the winter, but it wasn't really like being that cold. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to get rid of that one and get a new one. So this year I have to like put in a whole new one and like make sure it doesn't leak and everything. So I didn't do that yet. And then I have a bigger one for my living room windows, but I haven't done that yet because we really didn't need it.
Yeah. Have you
Have
you heard anything about going back to work yet at all, or no?
So we started taking surgical elective patients on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like they're all rushing in the door, so I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna probably go back, pretty soon here. I'd like to go back pretty soon before I forget how to be a nurse.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Because I'm like, oh, I had a dream last night that I was like, went back to work and everything. So, yeah, I mean, I can't wait to go back, you know. I mean, it sucks because it's going to be like a different world, but um, you know, I am excited to go back. I mean, it really doesn't affect my life um that much right now, not being at work,
Right.
um, because I work overnight. So
Yeah.
I work 2 nights a week, and when I'm at work, um, I mean, it sucks because you have to sleep during the day and stuff like that, and you have to sleep the day before, but um it is kind of nice, like just waking up and being like, okay, what are we going to do today? Although, what are we going to do today? Nothing.
Well, who do you? Well, obviously, you know doctors and stuff, right? You know doctors that you work with.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
legit, I had a doctor tell me, um, you need to like not work right now. You have,
really?
yeah, oh yeah. I had one. They're like, you're crazy. You need to not work right now.
So they're like taking. So they are taking it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like a doctor that like I like. I mean, he's a good doctor, you know.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, I'm
I
not
hope
like
they're all good doctors. I hope they're all good doctors.
yeah, well, you know, I mean, he's a good doctor. So,
I talked to two people yesterday, both good friends of mine. One person is never leaving the house ever again, like staying inside. Kids aren't allowed to go out.
how old is this person?
It's like 40, completely, afraid, doesn't want to go out to the world. Then I have another friend who works with the public every day, and he's saying, why aren't they telling us to try to strengthen our immune systems while we're home? Like, work out, lose weight, eat better, eat more
Yeah.
vegetables, take more vitamins. That way, if
So,
you do get it, you can fight against it better than if you had a lower immune system.
so I'm not a doctor by any means. And I'm like, you know, I was told by people, nurse practitioners.
I told everyone that you were a doctor.
Oh, well, hey, maybe someday I'll be a nurse practitioner. Um, I was told by nurse practitioners and, you know, just like reading things that, you know, vitamin D is something like that is good to take.
Yeah, I thought,
Because
how do you do that? Doesn't it come from the sun? Do I have to like eat the sun?
so vitamin D does come from the sun, and
So how do I take it?
so you take a pill. It's like a capsule. It looks like one of those vitamin E capsules, you know?
Yeah.
They're like see-through. And they are like international units. So like it's 1,000 international units.
Oh, that's what that means. I was looking.
Yeah.
I was showing my kids. I'm like, he's like, what does 800 IU mean? I'm like, don't worry about that. I had no idea what that meant. International units. Interesting.
Yeah, it's which I don't really know what that means either, but it's not like a milligram, it's an international unit. So for whatever that means. But so I spoke to somebody who was, I don't remember. I don't remember if she was like a doctor or what, but it was in Arlington. I was like working at the town that day, and she came in, and this was like when COVID wasn't really like happening, but we had like we had our first case in Waterbury or like White River Junction or something, which is like, I was there today, is like an hour and a half away. And I was like, oh, okay. Cause I was kind of like, oh my God, like this is kind of scary because it's like getting, you know, here in Vermont. But this was before it even became rampant in New York. This was before this whole thing went, before March like 13th, that Friday when everything was announced. But I'm listening to her, and you know, she was like, I took her card because I wanted to like research some stuff on her, and like, cause she's like published things, and she was like, vitamin D is good for your immune system, and it can like help, and there's water soluble vitamins and like fat soluble, right? So, and I was like, well, vitamin E or vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, so like, can you overdose on it? And she was like, yes and no, because
Well, you can overdose on vitamin D.
I mean, I guess if you take the bottle, you know, but she was like, she had told me that her husband took 10,000, so 10. It depends how you buy them. You can get a prescription for them for like 10,000 units, I think like a week or something. I don't know. I think one of my friends gets it and takes it like once a week. So she told me that, or maybe it's 100,000 a week. I don't know, but she told me that, you know, you could take like 2 in the morning and 2 at night. So that's 4,000 a day. And she told me that, like, I mean, she's not my doctor, and she said, I'm not your doctor, but like, where you live and everything, like, you're not gonna overdose. You're not gonna be on the far end of the range. So her husband takes like 10,000 a day.
Right.
So 10. And she said that his levels when they're drawn are like right in the middle of where they're supposed to be, like in the range of like, I don't know what it is right now offhand, but say if it's like 1 to 100, he might be at 50. So, and that's taking 10,000. So like, you're really not overdosing. And I mean, if you feel uncomfortable, it's one of those things where you say, okay, I'm going to take, 2 today, 3 at night. I'll take 1 or 2 tomorrow. And then the next day I'll take 2 or 3 again. It's like, you kind of play with it like that, because you're not really overdose.
Yeah. I read that canned tuna has like 270 international units of vitamin D.
Oh, really?
Like canned tuna, cheese,
per serving,
eggs are like high in it.
All right, that's good. I mean, that's just one of the things, that might be helpful to some people. I mean, even if you took 1 pill a day, that's 1,000, units. It's not going to hurt you. It may help you, may not. I don't know. I definitely take it, and I give it to my daughter right now. I'm not really good at taking meds. I'm not like, I don't like take, pills like, oh, I have to take this here and this there, because I just forget, like, oh, I didn't eat lunch. You don't take vitamins on an empty stomach. So it's like, sometimes when I think of it, I take them, but I try to get my daughter to take them when she's eating, because, that's my number one priority. So.
Okay. That's good. Why does no one likes when I put my beanie on?
I know you didn't have it on.
Take off the beanie. They don't realize that my hair I cut my own hair. Did you hear that when I cut my own hair the other night? I completely butchered it. It's like terrible. I had a meeting for work where I had to like try to do my hair, and it's like all uneven, which I never thought would actually be an issue. I thought barbers were basically, kind of like, they just do like the sides and stuff. I didn't realize that they actually have to be even up top.
Yeah, they like fade it and everything. Yeah,
I guess that's why they go to school.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I'm wearing my beanie until I can get a haircut. So I still don't know if I'll actually go get a haircut.
So I'm fortunate because my sister cuts hair, and I've stolen.
Wait, but where does she live? Yeah, but where does she live
though? She lives not close by, but I kind of stole her daughter. So
right. So that means, who is she going to be in contact with?
I don't know, but if I drop her daughter off, she can cut my hair.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess
she's my sibling. I'm not paying her.
Yeah, but that means that she's been in contact with other people, though, right?
She works outside. She still works, not in the hair district. She has another job and she works there. So okay. Yeah. So if I go and to visit her, if I get my hair cut for free, she's my sister.
So yeah. So what do you think? So you think that's the way to go is to like not be as paranoid as I am? Like I was literally ready. Honestly, I was ready. I'm like, okay, I'm going to send a letter to all the neighborhood, all the people in the neighborhood, and tell them don't talk to me until there's like a vaccine. I'll talk to you in 5 years.
So no vaccine, by the way. We don't want that. But I was paranoid, like you at one point, for sure. Like scared to death.
Billy.
Oh, hey, Billy.
Yo, what's going on?
So we're talking about how I was my kids were playing with other kids in the neighborhood.
No, I was very paranoid at one point. We have a little neighbor kid down the street, and I was like fine with Abby playing with him outside, like they're running around, no big deal. Where his father's a cop and like isn't really like probably pulling people over, but he's like in the field. But if they're outside playing, like I don't have a problem with that. I also live in a spot where it's not rampant. So that's another thing is like, I'm like, it's not really here. So that's where I feel comfortable too. They're not really cops, aren't really pulling people over right now. So I'm like, oh, they can play outside, have a good time. They're kids, like have fun. Like I don't want to coop my daughter up in the house.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna let anyone inside my house, but I think in the yard, I think I'm like, maybe if it's like less than like 3 people, I guess
Right.
I'm kind of okay.
And
but,
then,
I don't know.
I mean, for a month and a half, I'm not kidding you. I did not go out into the grocery store. No joke. Did not go to the grocery store. And I was like, wow, I saved a lot of money. 1. And 2, I was like, I can't believe I didn't go to the grocery store for a month and a half. Like, how did I not need to? We have like I told you, little stores around here. I could just stop in quick and get bread or something or eggs. But I don't know. I'm not like, I started to kind of like venture out a little bit more. Like, okay, I'm going to with the things I've sent you and the things that maybe it's not so, it's not that it's not
going to
bad.
say, do you have like chickens or something?
No,
Billy, you're breaking up. I gotta kick you out real quick. Hold on, Billy, come back in. He's gotta come back in. Are you so for 6 weeks you just weren't going anywhere?
there's like I told you that Stewart's that like it's kind of like a little mom and pop store, and then there's another one. It's called Here, and then there's like the Dollar General, and it's like I would go in there, and Abby would stay in the car if she even went with me.
Yep.
And like I would go get a couple things, but I don't.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I would go in quickly, but I would not go to the grocery store. I mean, I it's me and Abby. I'm not like cooking like these 3-course meals every night anyway. So,
who knows how to cook anymore? Like, does anyone even know how to cook anymore? In like the 70s and 80s, like parents were like whipping up like 3-course meals, but now that doesn't happen. I know because I cook for my kids.
I cook like I'm Italian, and I'm not.
Okay.
So
well, that's good.
I can cook.
Oh, excuse me.
My mom taught me to cook. What can I say?
Well, that's a good skill to have. It doesn't matter how many recipes I read. I can't ever get it right.
Well, I don't need a recipe. You don't need a recipe.
Oh, excuse me. Wow.
Okay, so I can go to your house right now and look in your fridge and say, I'm going to make this with what you
like on what's that show? The heck is that show?
I don't know.
Like Chopped. You ever watch
Chopped or
Yeah.
something? Or like Master Chef?
Hell's Kitchen. Yes. I can do
So you would just be like, all right, I'll take the
Bill, your connection's not good tonight, buddy.
claw.
I don't know what's going on with his connection. I think he might have I wonder if there's a storm going on where he is right now.
Is he far from you?
Yeah, he's probably like 45 minutes from me, but in Mass, you know how it is here. I mean, it could be raining down the street and not where I am.
Right.
Which sometimes is weird. So yeah, but I used to love that show, Chopped. I'm like, how do they do that? How do they pick like the most random stuff out of this basket and figure out how to make a meal out of it?
So back like after my brother passed away, I would go to my parents' house like every weekend, like Friday night or Saturday morning. And I would go there and like my dad. Oh, no, my dad's girlfriend would have like all of these like vegetables, this and that, and they're like half rotten in the fridge. And I'm like, we would clean the fridge out, it'd be full. We'd clean it out and there'd be like nothing left because it's like like really? Like there's like it's just disgusting. There was like a bag, like a bag of lettuce.
Yeah.
It was like water. That was like all it was water.
Is that what happens to lettuce when you leave it in too long?
I get at least the bagged stuff. But anyway, so there were a few different times and I'm like, all right, well, what's in here that I can make? And I made some good shit. Like I made like pork chops with like onions and like fresh mozzarella. Like it was good.
Do you know how to make
You guys hear me?
We can hear you, but you're not moving on the screen.
Oh, God.
Wait, what does it look like on your screen?
It looks fine.
Really? That's interesting. Now I'm wondering if I've frozen up before.
But there
And
is
not
a storm here.
Oh, well,
That's what I
that's your answer.
Yeah. You're free. You keep freezing up on us.
Should I try it on my phone?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, try it on your phone. See if that works.
All right.
It's like I don't know, technical difficulties. Which, that show that I did, that wrestling convention that I did, that virtual one,
Yeah.
we had like, I don't know, 15 hours a day of like a new guest every half hour. So we probably have like 65 different people that were logging on, like to be interviewed. We only had one person who couldn't get on because of their internet was bad.
Oh, really? That's pretty good.
Which is like unbelievable. I was totally expecting, because we had a contract with this app called Fight TV. So I was like expecting that, there's like thousands of people that were watching. And I'm like expecting that I'm going to have to, start narrating by myself. Oh, yeah, that's better.
So much better.
That's better?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hello.
What kind of storm is going on out there?
I don't know. It's like it's raining. I don't want my hummingbird feeders to come off,
Dude, what is going on with everyone doing the bird feeders now? I saw that. Dude, it's like the hottest thing on Amazon.
We're all becoming bird people because there's nothing to do. It's like these are gonna be my friends when they land there. I'm gonna be like, stay. I wanna talk.
I think we put up some bird things too, and I think the coyotes ate them or something. They were like too low to the ground. I don't know. I'm not really into the bird. I have a woodpecker that I have to kill. So
no, don't. You can't kill a woodpecker.
I'm going to.
You can't.
He infiltrated my.
Tell on you.
He put a hole in my house. I'm gonna stand my ground.
I have a woodpecker.
Shoot him with a BB gun or something?
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I've given him plenty of warnings.
Is it a guy? Does he have a red head?
Oh, I don't know, but he pecks into my house every day. I think it's like a jackhammer happening.
That's amazing. My buddy had to kill one that wouldn't stop on his house. He shot it with a BB gun.
I mean,
but he couldn't.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
But you can't have any evidence of it.
I'm gonna put a mirror up. I heard that works. I'm gonna cover the hole with a mirror, I guess. So he thinks like, he put a giant hole in my house.
So Ed, what are we quarantined for another week?
No, like forever, dude. They said they're not opening up, which is what I told you was gonna happen.
But how did my barber say that they're open on the 18th? Did they lie?
Oh, it depends where they are, but like Boston's not opening.
Oh.
Walsh said they're not opening up anytime soon.
Oh, that's fine. I don't need Boston as long as I got Waltham.
All right, so they want to make sure that all the businesses go out of business first before they open back up. They don't want anyone to have any semblance of money.
To make a profit.
Yeah. Now, Ashley, here's a question for you. Let me ask you this,
Sure.
Which, by the way, is the name of the show. Did you have to wear a mask like pre-coronavirus, like ever?
Well, it's very interesting. Pre-coronavirus, we could wear a mask anytime we wanted.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, if I was like, oh, I don't feel good, I have a cough, like I'm just gonna put a mask on to protect people.
Yeah. So what kind of mask would you guys use in that setting, like a year ago?
Surgical mask.
Okay.
So like if I felt like I was sick or something, I could just put a mask on and, go in a patient's room. Like, I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'm not going to like try to get my patient sick.
So who does that protect, you or the other person?
Protects the other person. So post coronavirus, they started locking up all the masks and we were told that we were not supposed to wear the mask.
Oh God, I can't hear her.
Oh, really?
And also, if you don't have your flu vaccine, you're required to wear a mask from, I don't even know what date, like December 1st, say, until, April 1st or something, when the flu's over. Well, that all went bye-bye. Like, oh, I'm wearing a mask because I'm supposed to, right? It's protocol. Oh, no, you don't have to now because they didn't have the PPE. So now I wanted to wear a mask just because I felt comfortable. It's like, no, sorry, you can't. And that's pretty sad.
Oh man, that's interesting. That is
So you're
interesting.
pretty much being dictated. Where I work, I was told by the supervisor at night, we're supposed to tell you you're not supposed to wear your mask, and we're supposed to write you up if you're wearing your mask.
Wow.
But she's like, I'm just gonna keep walking here. You do you.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Because I'm
Ed,
like,
so I
I'm
can't hear
wearing a
what you're
mask,
saying
and
for some
no one is
reason.
gonna
You just sound
Not-
like a doctor. You're like, interesting.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Interesting.
Why can't you hear us? Your phone's not working?
I can't hear her for some reason.
That's
I
so
can
weird.
see that
Man.
she's talking, but
I have a big mouth. Are you sure?
it's so weird.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the connection's just not good. I don't know. Maybe your connection's not good because you're in the middle of a storm. What do you guys have? A tornado happening?
I don't know.
Oh.
Might try to leave here and jump back on my computer.
Okay. All right. Try that.
Shelby.
So yeah. So sitting here another Friday. My allergies are killing me, and I'm trying to book people for next week. Did you happen to listen last night at all or no? Last night was really good.
Well, you started talking. I thought about like some COVID stuff or mask stuff, and then I went to bed.
Oh, last night?
Was that last night or the night before?
I don't know. Were you watching last night at all though or no?
I thought it was last night. Was it? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't. I get the days confused too. I mean, like
No, like when you were like, "Are you coming on tonight?" and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's Friday already!" I'm like, "I just was on." I couldn't believe it was Friday already.
I know. I'm the same way. I'm glad it's the weekend though. So yeah. So next week I have 2 people booked. I have a guy who owns like the most valuable wrestling collection in the world, and then I have like a guy who makes money opening baseball cards on the internet. Like people like go to YouTube to watch him opening cards.
Right.
How much money does he make?
I'll find out, but I wish I could do that though. I wish I could make money doing that. Just
I want to
packs
do
of
that
cards.
too. Sit home
That's
and just
like his career.
Yeah. Yep.
So when Abby was little, she was like 3 or 4, and she used to watch these YouTube videos about them opening like those. Ed, you must know with your kids, like those mystery bags and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would like make money opening them, and I'm like, wow, I'm in the wrong gig.
Oh, how about the kids the people that make money playing with toys on the internet?
I know, it's like, and then how stupid our kids are the ones watching them play.
I know.
I'm like, Abigail, do you realize you're watching somebody else play with a toy?
I know. I don't understand that. They're making like that kid Ryan. Do you know Ryan's Toys?
No.
He makes like $20 million a year. And all they do is literally open up toys and they play with them. It's like him and his family.
Right.
And I was thinking about, do you remember that show on VH1 where they would bring up like washed up celebrities who all live together in the same house?
Really? No, I don't remember that.
What the heck was the name of the show? Yeah, it would be like Vanilla Ice and like Ron Jeremy. I'm trying to think who else would be on the show, like Tawny Katan, like a bunch of like 80s celebrities, whatever, would like all be in the same house together.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, it was called the Surreal Life. You remember that show?
Oh, the Surreal Life?
Yeah.
I feel like I remember it, but I don't know.
All right, let's try one last time and see.
All right, I can hear her now.
Okay, good.
This is great.
Okay. Yeah, it was.
Sorry I'm on the show, but hope we got more time.
There you go.
It's raining again here.
It was called the Surreal Life.
Yeah.
I was like thinking, I'm like, how funny is it going to be? Like, these are like child internet stars right now. It's going to be like this kid Ryan, whoever else that the kids like Justin Bieber. They're all going to be living in like this house together on VH1, when we're like 70 or whatever.
Oh, when they take all the old stars that are like going through rehab and put them in a house, and they're like, "You guys won't drink or anything. We'll provide the alcohol." And
right,
they
exactly.
do whatever they can to get people back. They always do that for like the Real World shows. Like it's always a collection of like, 6 people that are trying to be sober and like one person that's never drank before. Right?
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I mean, you gotta get the dichotomy going.
But it's always like, I remember that they had like, do you remember that guy Joey from like Real World San Diego? J to the O to the E.
I think so. Wait, Rare
He was
World.
just like-
I've seen every one of them. So
He was like addicted to like every drug there was. He was like on roids, coke, alcohol.
the only people I remember
It's
by
like-
name is Puck from
I was
San
like, this
Francisco.
guy should be in a straitjacket, not on like a TV show. Oh, I remember Puck.
Yeah, Puck was good, man.
He had a Cribs. He had a Cribs, didn't he? I'm sure he was on Cribs.
Oh, really?
Like his crappy house.
Dude, that show needs to come back. They need to bring Crib. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to.
Well,
They
all
should
the
do like.
rappers lose their houses in 2 years. They like show their house off just in time for them to be on Cribs.
I read that most of those people, it wasn't even their house.
I heard that too.
Yeah, they just
Which
bring
is
it on.
ridiculous.
Dude, I would show my. I would do a Cribs right now. I would just show like all my collection to everybody. That would be pretty-
You already do. You keep your camera right on it.
That's right. I'm waiting for someone to rob me. Don't try it though.
You don't even have to go far through your house to know that you're a loser. You've got it right behind
Right.
you now.
Don't try it because I feed my Rottweilers gunpowder. AKA 5:46 a.m.
They miss the taste of human flesh.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I guess it's another weekend of nothing happened. Dude, life is isn't it so boring, dude? There's like, I don't even talk to my friends on the phone anymore because there's literally nothing to talk about.
There is nothing to talk about. That's what's so annoying. It's either talk about politics, talk about Corona.
Oh, that's a good segue. That's what I was thinking of. I keep losing my train of thought.
Okay.
Ashley, do you feel like you can tell someone's political point of view by the way that they feel about the coronavirus?
So,
right?
I mean, you can, I'm sure, for sure. But I mean, I'm like, you know which way I swing.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
To the left.
Are you talking politically? Okay. All right.
You're funny. Haha. But I also think like it is very real. I mean, I've seen it. It's very real. But I think, and I said this from the beginning, and I know you don't really want to talk too much COVID, but I said this from the absolute beginning when I was like so nervous and so scared to work with COVID patients. I said, there is more to this. And I said, we will get to the bottom of this and the truth will come out. And
what does that mean though?
Yeah.
I honestly feel like the truth is coming out and I feel like there is more to this.
What do you think? Like this came out to like sink Trump's presidency or something like that? Or
here we go.
Well, I'm just saying. She's saying there's got to be more to that. Can we get a little?
Okay,
something?
so give me 1 second. First, Ed can edit if he needs to. So I'll just say what I need to say. Because I didn't know last week that he could edit, so I was always kind of careful of what I said. And he's like, "Don't worry, I can edit." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Well,
I mean, wait, time out. Just let's say no. I'm not great at editing. I'm still learning how to do that.
Well, that's fine. But if you have to cut the whole piece, I mean, if they're seeing
I could delete it. Yeah, I mean, I could delete the whole thing. So don't worry about it.
So I personally feel that this was a man-made virus. Personally,
okay, that's not true. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay,
because I read
you didn't even let her say 2 words.
I know, but I don't want her to go down a road that she doesn't need to go down because when you say man-made, humans aren't smart enough to make anything like this, right? I read an article. Hold on,
take your article. No,
hold on. He said that the virus comes from a horseshoe bat. Now, if you want to tell me that they found a virus in a bat and they figured out how to transmit it to humans, then I'll agree with that. But I'm not. But humans couldn't have created it. No way.
Okay.
It could never happen.
They couldn't have created it and put it in the bat.
Nope. No.
So
Nope.
okay, that's fine, and everyone has the right to their opinion. I personally
I don't think
feel
it's opinion, but
I personally feel like this did not just happen. Okay, so I feel like this was being tested maybe in a lab or something like that, and I think it was. At first I thought it might have been accidentally pulled from the lab, but now I kind of feel like it might have been on purpose.
could have been. I don't know. Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, it probably did have to do with the timing was very good.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what I had read, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Well, why don't you forward me these things? I forward you everything.
Because I forget where I read them. I read so much stuff. I delete the meeting.
But when you read it, you should forward it because I forward you things.
Hold on. Here's what I
Somebody told
read.
me this. Somebody was just telling me this, that Fauci said 3 years ago that there will be a virus like this in President Trump's campaign.
Billy, you're just did you not see this? This was like 2-3 weeks ago, buddy.
Hold on. I could say the end of the world is going to happen someday.
I guess I'm behind.
And then it happens. That doesn't mean I predicted it.
No. So Billy, listen. So Ed over here is thinking, he's reading his stuff. And you're exactly saying, and so did Gates. He's sitting there saying in 2015, there's going to be a pandemic. Well, how are you going to sit there and tell us there's a pandemic going to happen? How can you know?
What does that mean? I know a meteor is going to hit the Earth. I don't know when, but it's going to in the next 5 million years.
But they said it was going to be in
but these people,
presidency.
Yeah, these people had some better. You can't say when a meteor is going to hit.
Right.
These people said it was going to hit during the Trump presidency. That's
right.
Good.
I don't believe that causation has anything to do with correlation. Actually, where'd you go?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think causation has anything to do with correlation. It's like more people die when more ice cream is sold. That doesn't mean that more people die because they're dying from ice cream. They're dying because that's when the hot weather is, and that happens to be when more ice cream is sold.
Yeah, but how does that have to do with the fact that this wasn't a man-made virus?
I'll tell you. Well, here's what I'll tell you. What I read. Ashley, are you still there, or what are you doing?
I'm here.
What the heck is going on there? It's fucking weird. I see like a giant thing. I don't even know what's going on right now. But what I had read in a like epidemiologist journal, and it was from like 2 years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. It said that there were coronaviruses in bats, right? The reason that this virus is so hard to fight or whatever is that when bats are in flight, their body temperature goes up to like 120 degrees. So the virus is used to living in this environment of hotter weather. Okay. So that's why we have to that's why people that have it, they get a temperature and then they don't. Then they get a fever, then they don't. Then they get a fever, then they don't, because it has to burn the virus slowly, as opposed to what we normally do, just have a fever of 102 and whatever we get is gone in like 2 days. Where this particular thing is used to living in warm environments, it could, your 103 degree fever means nothing.
So coronavirus is also in like animals, not just bats, but
right.
Like,
yeah, it's in dogs.
I feel like I read it like that was like even in like dogs. I don't know.
I've heard cases where it's been in dogs.
Yeah. So that's like a common thing. So
yeah, but why would they? Okay, let's pretend that it was a man-made virus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? They're gonna risk like their families, themselves. Like,
so I'm not a crazy person. I'm really not. I'm educated and I read things. And okay.
Yeah, no, obviously, of course. I mean, you could.
But,
Here comes a crazy take.
No, I have people that were like my friends that like legit think I'm crazy, and then my nurse friends like agree with. We're all like in agreement. So
where's that Marty Caproni bat signal when I need it?
I just feel like I feel like it was at first I thought it was like let go on accident. Now I kind of feel like it was like let go on purpose, good timing. China had what, 3,000 cases of this and people died? Like, come on. That's not true. And I feel like, when other things I said, the truth will come out, and just like give it time. And now we're learning about, people that funded this lab, and, other people that have no educational background in medicine, that just because they have money and they're, promoting the vaccine, things like that. And you can laugh all you want because you know what I'm talking about, Ed, because I forward these things to you. But
Yeah, no,
I mean, I guess time will tell. I don't know. I mean,
nobody knows. I mean, who knows? Whatever. I mean, the whole world's a scam. I mean, what's the,
it's actually interesting because if you see these things, right. So you ever do your taxes? Like I did my taxes, right? And I take classes. So
don't tell anyone I'm a tax thief. I don't file taxes.
No, me either. But I'm like, you try to, go from like place to place, like where you're going to get the best refund. So you're like, oh my God, am I going to get in trouble if I go here? If I click this box or that box? Like, well, I didn't know. Like, I thought I was doing it right. Am I going to get in trouble? Because you don't want to get in trouble, right? For like $50, right?
Yeah.
Then you have these people that are like legit, like committing crime, and that we elect that get paid lots of money and nothing happens. But then they'd come after us for the $50 that was an accident.
Oh, can I tell you what I love? I love the
do you understand what I'm saying? But do you get what I'm saying?
Hold on. Who's the senator that I'm thinking of? That sold their stocks?
Like all of them?
No, before. Well, yeah. Well, obviously though, but there was like 4 of them. And there was a woman. What the heck was her name? Oh, Kelly LaFleur from Georgia. She sold, like, how crazy is this? A week before, like 2 weeks before they shut down the economy, she sold all of her stock, and she bought stock in Zoom.
Nice.
Wow.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so she bought stock in Zoom, like,
Nice.
and she's like, "Oh, it was just a coincidence."
Oh yeah. So
That's amazing.
I don't know. So what do you feel about all of this, like the whole mask thing, and like continuing to stay 6 feet apart, and like continuing to like divide everybody?
Billy's stream is killing me right now. Billy, what are you doing over there?
I'm not doing anything. I don't know how that noise is coming.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah.
Would
So
you just fire him?
So what are you saying? 6 feet? 6 feet? What about it?
Well, just that, like, do you not think that there's like something odd about the fact that, like, the whole mask thing and like continuing to like
Yes, I think the whole thing is really weird. It kind of reminds me of the Hunger Games.
separating everybody?
Like, have you read the Hunger Games or watched the book or watched the movies again?
No,
It just reminds me how, like, there's like this something happening. I don't know what's happening. Maybe, and honestly, it could be so far fetched. Like, whatever's happening is like beyond the the imagination. That's why you kind of think sometimes, like, oh, it could be this, could be that. When you're locked in your house for so long, it's hard not to come up with different theories as to what's going on. I mean, it really could be literally what's happening is literally happening. It reminds me when I was in college, I took a poetry class, right? Because I thought it would be all girls in the class. So I took a poetry class, and we had to read a poem about a chair that gets broken. And so, like, we had to like find the symbolism in the chair being broken.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole contention was that maybe the guy who wrote it literally broke a chair and decided to write a poem about it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's nothing more to it. But I think it's fun. I mean, I think it's kind of, it's fun to like think of like, oh, maybe it's just, because my imagination, like, oh, this would be a cool movie if this was really happening. Or this would be, this would be a cool, but the reality is I'm going to be like everybody else, and I'm going to try to be, safe and do whatever I gotta do until the powers that be tell me it's okay to come out of my house.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm not like, I mean, it's really not affecting me too much because, I mean, just because of like location and stuff like that and like what is available here. It's not like I can just, it's like we don't live in, are you by Boston?
I'm like probably like 30 minutes south of Boston.
Right. So, but if you wanted to go out with your wife to Boston, you guys could go out for the night, no problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, not now, but yeah, normally.
Right. So
Yeah.
like that, right. So that's like not an
I
option.
mean, we only have 30 something cases in my town, so I'm not really worried about my town. Like, I mean, I have to worry a little bit. I think I'll be worried next week because I did hear that they're bringing some people back, and that means there's been more people involved with the public. But I don't know. I mean, do I want to live scared the rest of my life, or?
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, thank you. I know I told you from the beginning how I felt and like how I was like really scared and stuff like that, and like taking care of people. And I think like the more I read and stuff like that, like if you're sick, you're sick, and like if you have it, you have it. And
Yeah.
like it is scary, and like people get really, really sick, and like can like die from or are dying from this. But I mean, it's like bad. It's like a war zone. I've seen it. I've seen the pictures. Like I have a friend right now who's a respiratory therapist that went down to New York City to take care of these people. And she, I see what she posts and it's like, it's bad.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't seem good.
No, but I think it just like depends. Like, we're in a location in New York where, and that's not too far from here even. I mean, this is like New York City is like 3.5 hours from here. And so like where I work, it's like probably like 3 hours or 2.5 hours from. So I mean,
That's you just said that like it was like down the road.
Well, that's not really that far if you think about it. People can drive. That's an easy drive for people.
No one's coming to Vermont from New York City.
Oh, yes, they are. There are tons of people that have second homes in Vermont, and they are coming here.
Really?
Yes, they have homes up on Stratton Mountain. They have homes all over Vermont, and they are coming here. But it's interesting that they're coming here and that Vermont's numbers are still down.
Well, I mean, Georgia opened up.
Just have to naturally like social distance, so I guess it makes sense.
But sometimes people that have a lot of money don't feel like that, like rules apply to them.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, have you looked at Westport, Connecticut?
Well, that's why I wouldn't.
They have like 10,000 cases.
Hold that for a second. That's why I would not go to the grocery store because, like, knowing that I go to a particular grocery store and I know that the people that like go from New York City go to that one, and I'm like, do not go there. Do not breathe around people. Like, just don't go there. Because I know that I've seen them there and like, I see, you know what I mean? Like the mentality. I am from New York, but not like the city, but I know what, you can see like, oh, I have money, so I can do whatever I want. Well, like, that's not the case. But anyway, I'm sorry, Ed. What are you saying about Westport?
Westport has 1% of Connecticut's population, and it makes up 20% of the cases because of that party that happened back in like March or whatever. And they said that it spread, ridiculous amounts of people end up getting it because of that one party.
In the party in the city?
I think it was in Westport. It was at someone's house in Westport.
Well, because a lot of people in Westport probably work in the city. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the people that we had to deal with in Westport.
Right.
I mean, nothing against those people, but
Massachusetts and the Biogen conference.
But Ed,
yeah.
Ed, these were the type of people I remember. Ed, he's so funny because there were certain tables, right? Like there was 5 booths in the place, right? 61 to 65. Remember? Do you remember?
Do I remember the table numbers? No, I don't think I remember.
Okay,
the table numbers.
So Ed, you remember when you walked in and you come up like those couple steps?
Yeah.
There was like 61, 2, and 3, and then 4 and 5, the booths.
Yeah.
And then there was like all the tables, right?
Yeah.
And then all the tables downstairs.
Correct.
But I remember, we always thought it was good to get the booths, right?
Right.
And you're like, oh, I get the booth that has the the family that gets like the cheese pizza and 4 waters. So their bill is $20 and they give me $3 tip.
Yeah.
That's Westport.
That was yeah. I mean, well, that's why they have so much money. They don't tip. Billy, you ever wait tables before?
No, I actually haven't.
Are you born and raised in Massachusetts, Boston area, or?
Kind of. I actually moved around. I lived in Rhode Island and Connecticut growing up too, so moved
Where in
around a little bit.
Connecticut?
But I lived in Southbury for a few years.
Okay. Is that off the Merritt?
I don't know. It's near it's between like Waterbury and Danbury. It's like
I think that's like exit 10 on the no, it's on 25 and 8 or something.
maybe.
Or 7. I don't remember. Okay. I think I know though. I think
Yeah.
I think I used to drive that way to school. Like sometimes I would take 84. It's off 84.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's exit 10.
I'm there in a little while. I actually drove by like a year or two ago to check it out. I was like coming back from New York City from like my buddy's house, and I like stopped and checked it out because I hadn't been there since like 5th grade or whatever. It's still there.
So, Ashley, what's your weekend look like? Anything good? Nothing?
I'm hoping for a haircut tomorrow.
The day is just blended. Wait, is your sister coming over?
I'm going to drive down there.
Oh, wow. You're like, that's insane.
I'm not driving down there. I have to drive my niece back, but I was thinking about like, getting like, I don't know, like this or maybe.
Yeah, that is. I wouldn't.
What?
My cousin's a hairdresser, and she's going back to work, and she has to wear a mask, and her clients have to wear a mask.
So
and she's like, how am I going to color someone's hair while they're wearing a mask?
So my sister cuts hair, and like I'm obviously friends with the owners and stuff like that she works at. Well, I used to work there too, but they're not going to blow dry people's hair.
Oh, right. Well, they just changed that law in Connecticut,
which I think that's great. But like that's
they can blow dry now in Connecticut.
Really, that like stirs everything up.
Maybe they think the heat's going to kill it.
Blowing it around. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
I guess if they have masks on, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's a huge
haircut on Monday.
Who is?
I was going to get a haircut on Monday. They said that they'll be wearing masks, and I have to wear a mask. They can't do any facial work.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well,
if I can get my beard cut, I'm not going.
You might want to head.
Oh, I mean, look at the top. Yeah, I don't know.
Let them just lop that thing off for free.
Honestly, I am so close to just shaving my head. That's like what I guess I have to do. I don't know. I mean,
75 hard.
What's that?
You still doing 75 hard?
Oh, so we started talking about this.
Yeah.
And I think that's when Billy came in, and then we stopped or something. I was going to say something about it. So because of this conversation with this, your friend there, I mean, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like I listened to it and I was like, wow, he's like on it. Like I don't.
Which one are you talking about?
The 75 hard guy.
Oh, that was last week.
I know, but
yeah. So I started doing that. I started doing it. I started on Sunday.
What day are you on? Like,
I think today's day 5. Day 6, I think.
So did you work out outside today?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I go outside. Usually sometimes I go for a walk, and then sometimes I have a basketball hoop, so we'll run sprints back and forth, dribbling the basketball for like 45 minutes or whatever. I mean, I think I'm going to die. Right. Like my heart's going to explode, but
yeah, same.
They say it's good for you.
So I started eating salads and eating
because of Don Zolo.
What?
Because of the guy who was on my show.
Yeah, well, I'm fat anyway. I'm like way too fat right now, so I'm like, all right, I got to do something, and I'm like, there's no excuse.
It's so funny. He's gonna love that. He was like, I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm doing it. He's like, that makes me so happy. He's like, I'll be so happy if you actually finish.
Good. I hope you do. I wish you all the luck.
honestly, it's like not
That selfie.
the hardest part right now is the water. That's
Really?
the hard. Yeah,
So
because you gotta go to the bathroom a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
not there. I'm not there yet, but I was just like, I got to do something. And like, I really don't have an excuse, right? Because I mean, well, there was a time that I did, right? Like the last month, we didn't have the best weather. There was a lot of rain and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like, there's no reason that you can't sit there and go like take a hike daily or things like that. So I'm like,
Going.
yeah, so I haven't because I sometimes I really have no energy. I just get up and it's just like,
I'll tell you what. Since I
Yourself.
started doing this, like the first couple days, I was like, "Wow, I'm exhausted." So I'm like, I'm working all day long. I'm doing 2 workouts a day. I'm drinking a gallon of water. I'm cooking I gotta cook my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Take care of go outside, play with the kids,
right.
and then I'm doing, a 45-minute outdoor workout. I do this show. I'll go upstairs, have chicken or whatever. I'll go do my workout, and then I'll go take a shower and go to bed. And then at like 5 a.m, I'm back ready to go.
Really
I feel great. Yeah, I'm
Good.
actually feeling pretty good.
good.
I mean, I don't get a lot of
Wow,
sleep.
that's
I don't
great.
need a lot of sleep anyway. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I've been taking pictures every day. I started off at 2:07, and I want to see if I can get down to we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm reading this book right here.
How to win friends and influence people. Cool. So I'm the type of person like I love soda, like love it. Like
That's terrible for you.
I know, but I love it.
I only drink water anyway, just not this much.
So I started at one point, I just got rid of soda and I started like making tea. Like I bought the tea that you like put in the ball and seep yourself. So whenever I would go to work, I would bring one of those 32-ounce Nalgene bottles.
Yep.
And, I'd be like, okay, I want to drink this because, it helps like detoxify, whatever.
Right.
And it was good instead of drinking soda. But then I was like, well, prior to that, just stopping drinking soda. But like this was like a couple years ago. It did nothing.
What is your soda drink of choice?
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Oh my God, that's like the worst thing for you.
Oh, I love it.
Seriously.
I love it though, Mountain Dew. So and I can like drink Mountain Dew and go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Immune to it.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop drinking soda. So I dropped drinking soda for 30 days. It did nothing for my weight. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to drink my soda then because I like soda. It's not doing anything for me. So right now I'm the type of person I need to I'll have a salad and then I'll be like, oh my God, I'm still hungry. Like I need something
you gotta eat more. You gotta eat more. That's how that works. Like you gotta fuel that fire. You gotta get that metabolism going. Then you won't be so hungry.
Yeah.
I try to eat
salads and soda ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
No. No. So this is not like my diet now. So I've been eating salads and I'm like, I feel better, but like right now I feel fine. But in the past, I was always kind of like, oh my God, I need something I'm not a bread person necessarily, but like something like carbohydrate to bind everything together. Like my stomach is hungry.
Billy, what do you eat for breakfast?
I eat 2 bagels.
For breakfast?
Oh my God, that's bad.
I haven't had a bagel. I've been eating, let's see, for the last 2 years. I haven't missed a day for breakfast where I have 3 eggs for breakfast every morning.
Like scrambled?
I usually have them sunny side up. Yeah.
What?
Bagels though, and then I go for a 5-mile walk. So I I'm fueling up for it, kind of.
Yeah,
And
I just
2
eat eggs.
oatmeals.
So I like to have ham, egg, and cheese with hot sauce on a bagel.
Yeah, I just got used to it. I'll have
pounds this break just walking.
Yeah, I mean, walking is good. You guys, I don't know. You said drinking a gallon of water
40.
really helps.
If you just had a couple eggs and no bagel and did your walk, I don't know, if you wanted to lose weight or whatever, you know what I mean? Like without the carbs, that would probably be helpful.
I do that. I mean, I've lost 18 this break so
Good for
far.
you. Not me.
Walking, but I hold myself to like 25,000 steps a day, kind of. So I walk my ass off.
Good
My feet
for
are
you.
covered in blisters.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here because it's Friday night late, and I gotta get my stuff in and then go to bed.
Oh, you're just gonna cut us off like that, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Zolo, you would want to talk our face off for another couple hours.
I know, just when we were having a good time.
Well, we can stay on. I just can't hear Billy. He keeps breaking up.
So I'm yellow snow.
No, but I can't hear him because when he talks. I only hear half of what he says.
Damn it.
Is the storm over yet, or what? I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. So you should, do the 75 hard.
Well, so I don't know if I have like the heart to do the hard.
Honestly, I'll tell you right now. Honestly, the first day was hard, and the second day was hard. But once I get into the groove, like, it's actually not that bad.
So I'm sure it's not, and I think that it's great, and that's why I was like, all right, I need to do something. Like he almost motivated me to be like, stop being a fat ass. And we have like the Equinox up here. There's so many trails that I could just take Abby every day, and there's nobody. I mean, we can like go up there. It's not like New York where you can't do anything, and go and like take a 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile, whatever we choose, walk. But, I'm over here being a lazy ass. And then I saw that and I'm like, okay, you know what? And then today we took a ride because I told you I thought it was going to rain. And then I'm thinking to myself, what a waste. We should have taken a hike.
Right.
But he did motivate me, and I'm trying to like, just
Weekend?
be like making a few better choices where I can. But I can't do that. I can't be working out for like an hour and a half a day. I could drink water for sure. I could do that, but I can't.
You can't go for a walk. Yeah, but the working out honestly isn't as bad as you think it is. Like, it's like going for a walk.
I can go for a walk.
Mowing it could be mowing my lawn. It could be like yoga.
I have a ride mower though.
So get behind it and push it.
Does this count?
I don't know if that'll count, but
so
Okay.
Billy, say something.
I said push it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
When are we going to talk about our song, Ed? This is the third time, and we keep forgetting
about it.
it.
You told me that you didn't want. You're like, oh, no one thinks that's a good thing to talk about.
Well, our song is okay.
Yeah. Paradise by a Dashboard Light.
I used to always make him sing this song in karaoke, and him and I would sing this together.
That's a great song.
It is a great song.
It's like a great duet song to do.
And it's like 7 minutes.
I know. People, but I'll tell you what though, people liked it though.
They loved it.
We did a pretty good performance.
We did fantastic.
Yeah, and people, I would say we would like scout out places to go do karaoke just so we could do that song.
What song was it?
Meatloaf's Paradise by a Dashboard Light. I think there was that one college bar where maybe we didn't get that reaction that we were looking for. But we definitely
people have saved money with.
But that was definitely have a good time though.
For over 75 years.
What the heck are you doing?
What are you doing there?
Hold on, I'm trying to play the song.
75 years.
Too many
It's not-
ads.
Yeah.
I was the cute one. He was Meatloaf.
All right.
It's tapping his feet over there.
Exactly. No, that was good. That was good. Those were the days. Those were the days, huh?
Oh my God, the good old days. Jeez Louise. Wish we could go back to those.
That was yeah. I don't think karaoke will happen anymore.
What song would you?
Paradise by Dashboard Light.
Like,
I haven't done karaoke since I stopped doing it with Ashley. Like, what would be the what would be the point?
I mean, we were
I guess
fantastic.
you're right.
Yeah, we were a great,
Right,
we
we were
were a great
fantastic.
duo. So,
That was our song. And then I had another friend in school who I had another song with. Every time we would go to the bar, I would play the song and he'd be like, "Really, Ashley?" Every freaking time. We didn't do karaoke. I just played it on the back in the day when you could like play it on the like wall
oh yeah.
and pay your dollar. on
Wait,
the-
what do people do now? Do they not do that anymore?
I don't know. I'm too old.
Jukebox.
I think that still exists.
Maybe it does. Yeah. Well, not anymore. But
Right.
no one's gonna know what bars are and like. They're like, what were bars? Oh, we used to go to this place. Like everyone went together. You went in public. What are you crazy?
Yes. Welcome to what I was saying before. And you thought
Yeah.
I was crazy.
All right, Billy keeps freezing up.
All I can say is I think that the truth will, come out and hopefully it will. And,
Okay, well, first off, they're not going to come out and be like, "Hey, just so you guys know, we were completely lying last year." Just hope you guys know that's never going to come out. Like, it's not going to happen.
no, but I think they'll get to the bottom of it. Like, these are the people who conspiratized on this bullshit.
Okay, there's one flaw in your plan, though.
Wow.
Like, you want me to tell you what it is?
Wow.
And it's not obviously it's not you. It's the ones that other people have been talking about. Is the fact that Trump hired Fauci, right? He hired. Doesn't he? He has the ability to fire him.
I think that
So if Fauci was in on it to like get Trump out of office, wouldn't Trump recognize it by now?
Well, I think Trump is like, all right, so I think that's a whole nother issue. And I think that Trump is he has balls, obviously, we all know that, but I think that some things he does, he's like careful about because people give him such shit about it. So I don't think that he's unaware of it.
Wait, what?
Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah, I'm saying, how is he not aware of it though? Like
No, I said I don't think that he's not aware of it.
Okay, so he's just gonna let the guy.
No, have you
going,
seen
or-
Fauci stopped coming to all of his whatever speeches for a while.
Yeah, I stopped watching a long time ago. I can't watch them. I can't watch it anymore because literally, honestly, I mean, you open up the news like on the internet, Yahoo, or whatever, every single day. It's murder hornets, it's Asian gypsy moths. It's today. I look literally right now. I'll go to Yahoo right now. I just want to see what the let's just look real quick what the I haven't felt the same since contracting the virus. Kids are gonna get this Kawasaki thing. Like they just want to scare you.
Well,
I'm sick of the being scared. I don't want to be. I'm already scared. I don't need to be scared anymore.
so I love Trump. I love him. Okay. But I understand, like, every time you listen to him, it's like, I heard this yesterday. Like, do you have any new news? He's like, and this is the greatest, and we've done this. And
I know.
like,
Well, he loves the superlatives. Everything is the greatest, the best, the worst. He does like that. But I'm just sick of this is like the worst horror movie ever.
yeah. And who thought we would live through this? This is bullshit.
Well, I know I've been telling people, I'm like, man, I wish I was born in like 1930. I would have missed this whole thing.
Right.
I would have been too young for World War II.
Right.
I would have died in like 2010.
You would have been through World War II.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been able to fight in it. I would have been like 12.
World War II was what, 40 to...
Yeah. So if I was born 1930, I would have been like 12 years old.
Yeah, but when was it? 40 to what?
I don't know, 46 maybe something 40.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know
it.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you would have missed that. Then you would have missed Nam
I would have been too old.
for Vietnam. If
Yeah, I
you
would have been 40. I would have been too old for Nam. It would have been perfect. Like anyone born 1930 is like living life, because they've already died.
right, they're not
They had
living.
like a full life.
Yeah.
Now I got to deal with you realize that literally 1 year of our life is wasted. Like 2020 is wasted.
Well, if you look at it like that, though, you have to look at it like, I mean, are you capitalizing on are your kids don't think it's wasted? You're spending so much time with them.
Well, no,
Things
but baseball season's been canceled.
right, but what's more important? Spending time with their dad outside playing baseball or baseball?
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're like, hey, we're doing this, and they're gonna remember their dad teaching them these things for next year.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hopefully.
I don't know. I mean, I know that like I'm spending a lot more time with Abby and I love it. And she does too. She's like, I love not going to school. And I'm like, yeah. But sometimes I'm like, what do we do all day, Abby? Because after she's done with school, sometimes she'll play on her phone for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. Like you worked hard and stuff. And then sometimes I'm like, all right, put your phone down. We're going to do this. And then I'm like, we didn't really like do anything fun. Like we just kind of like, bummed around, watched TV, whatever. And I'm like, but I guess at the end of the day, you're still spending time with each other. So
yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to wrap it up though, because I need to go work out. Time to go work out. Time to get the 75 hard going.
Go get it.
I can't wait. 69 days left.
Good. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Don't congratulate me. Let me finish because
every day for congratulations. That's great. Congratulations. 6 days. Tomorrow will be 7.
Honestly, some nights it's like 11:30 and I'm like, wait a second. I didn't read my 10 pages of my self-improvement book and I got to like get it in real quick before I'm like Gizmo in the Gremlins, like right before midnight. Like I got to get this in before midnight.
You didn't do that during your work day?
No, I was too busy today, but so anyway.
Well, listen, I'm proud of you. Good for you. Thanks for having me. I hope I did good. I hope we had fun.
All right, Ash. All right, we'll talk again.
All right. Bye.
All right, take care.
Bye now.